Welcome teachers. This video is about statistics using GeoGebra, but without spreadsheet. The purpose of this video is that students can use some limited features of GeoGebra during their examination, online examination rather. So this video is going to help them for teachers and students both. So I have some questions, very basic from statistics. And first I'll discuss mean and standard deviation. Then we can go for histograms. So you can see there are questions with me. Find mean and standard deviation of each data. So there are 4 questions, slightly different from each other. And the software which I'm using, which is exactly same as students can have during their online exam, it's called GeoGebra Classic. I know this input bar is not on the left side for them. It's always at the bottom, and they have very limited access to the tools. Rather, I should say commands, but it's okay. At least if you have some commands you have used already, then it won't be difficult for you to apply in your exam. So for the first question, it says 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6. I will need to find out mean and standard deviation. So for that purpose, I'm going to create a list. So to create a list, you can give a name to that list. Let's say list number 1. Make sure you are using correct name or the unique name for each thing. Okay, each list. List 1 equals, use curly brackets. You can use your computer keypad. Otherwise, you can use your GeoGebra keypad, which is extreme bottom left. So you can use these brackets here and you can cross it. You can enter your values 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6. Now you can use very simple commands, mean, okay? Of course, when you type mean, if it is correct, then it will appear definitely. In the bracket, inside those brackets, you have to type the list, the name of that list. Make sure you type in a correct. For example, if I type in lowercase, there is nothing is going to happen because lowercase list is not defined. I have defined with upper L list 1. So you will get your mean value. Similarly, you can find out standard deviation. But for standard deviation, you have to be very careful. So please type properly STD, okay? And maybe you will see 2, 3 options there. So for this simple data, because it's simple discrete data, it's not a group data. So we are going to use step deviation for population, STD EVP. So please note down somewhere STD EVP, and then inside the brackets, you just need to type list 1. Frequency, it's okay because we don't have frequency, it's fine. So yeah, so you can see now it's 1.36. Very similar, you can do the second question, which is in the way 21, 21, 24. Now let me try part C here. Now in part C, I have X and F, means X values and F values, frequency also. So I'm gonna create list number 2 equals, because it's just for 3 values, 3, 4, and 5. And frequency, you can define as FREQ, it's okay, or you can define in your own words FRQ, just because it's a list, I just want to create. So frequency is 232. Now you need a mean, okay? So type mean, and in the bracket first, you type list number 2, comma, frequency. The frequency which we have, FRQ, not from GeoGebra, okay? Because that list FRQ is representing frequency. So yeah, you get your mean. In the same way, you can get your standard deviation. STD, EVP, standard deviation for population. And I have, now we have two things. So we can have list two and then list of frequency, which is FRQ. Sorry, with capital RQ. Yeah, so we got list 2 and FRQ, and the standard deviation is 0.76. In the same way, you can continue with the next question. Now, in the next question, as you remember what we do when you have a group data, so we need to take the middle values and then you multiply by the frequency and then you calculate the mean. But here you can immediately use some command mean. But before you do that, let me create a list number 3. List 3 equals, now I'm going to create a list with the middle values. So 3, because 1 plus 5, 6, 6 divided by 2 is 3, and then 8, and then 13, and then 18, and then 23. So with the gap of 5, I have my list. Next is again, it's a frequency. Now it's up to you how you are going to define your frequency list. You can define FRQ list, no problem. Frequency list equals, and now you can enter your values 2, 4, 4, 5, 2. Repeat the same procedure as we did before. Mean, okay, bracket, list 3, comma, FRQ list. Okay, yeah. So you get 13.29 as the mean. And for standard deviation, as I said before, standard deviation STD and list number 3, comma, FRQ list. Okay. So I have got my answers. I can compare my answers with the mark scheme which I have. So let me show you which I have with me. So yeah, first question 4.4, 1.36. Let's verify 4.4, 1.36. Yeah, that's correct. And then we have second we didn't do. Third we have done 4 and 0.76. Let's see 4.4 and sorry 4 and 0.76. Look at this 4 and 0.76. Then we have done the D part as well. For D part, we can see the answers are 13.3 and 6.06. So we can verify we have 13.29. Of course, if you round off, it will become 13.3 and it is 6.06. So I hope you understand how you can deal with these mean and standard. You can also try median, okay, and again just use bracket and type the list whichever you have, list 3, list 2, like that. Similarly, you can also have a mode, mode, yes. And what else you can do? You can also create table, you can also create bar chart, yes, bar chart. Bar chart, let's create bar chart for question number 1C. So it was a list number 2 and frequency was, I think, capital FRQ. Hello. So let me show you again what I have done. Bar chart. Okay. List number 2, comma, FRQ. Fine. I think if you put comma and put the width, you can also change the width of these bars. Okay, look, we can change that. But if you don't need, it's fine. We have 3, 4, 5. The height is 2, 3, and 2. That is important. The height is important. So the first height is 2, second height is 3, the last height is again 2. Of course, if you change this to, let's say, 5, everything will definitely change. The bar chart is also, you can use these commands. Box plot also, you can use box plot. You can try with different questions. Histogram also possible. Histogram list of class boundaries and list of the heights. Heights is always frequency. So histogram, let's say list number 2 and FRQ. Okay, and you get it. Histogram, if I just hide this undefined, let's say Y histogram. Yeah, because you need the class boundaries. So the values, I think in the C part, D part, sorry, we can do that. And I think in that case, what we could do, list of class boundaries. We don't have class boundaries and we don't have list of heights. Heights we have, but we don't have that. So we take different example, then I'll show you for histogram. To create histogram for question number 4, I believe because it is not in continuous order. So we need to create a list of, I'm creating list number 4 equals, again using curly brackets. So I'm actually subtracting 0 0.5 on left hand upper bounds. 0 0.5 would be my lower value. 0 0.5, sorry, 0 0.5, comma, then 5.5 as you know, and then 10.5, comma, 15.5, 20.5 and 25.5. So this is my class interval. Now I'm going to create a frequency curve. So you can define in a different way. FRQ4 equals. And we have at the list 2, 4, 4, and 5, 2. Now to create histogram, you need to type histogram, okay, and then use brackets, list 4 because that is the class value, comma, frequency 4. Look, you get that. You may change the color, but it's okay. You don't need, so you can leave it like that. So you can compare its height is 2, and then 4, 4, and then 5, and 2. Okay, so if you don't have the class interval, you just have a list, that is also possible, because even we can create a frequency table as well, cumulative frequency table also, and then cumulative frequency curve as well. Yeah. Now there is another example of a scatter plot where you can have best fit line. So you have a data, you can see this question, the table shows a number of visitors and visitors to Bahamas and other things. So it's actually the data we have, and we need to draw a scatter diagram. So for this purpose, I'm going to create 2 lists. Fine, list 1. Again, use the same curly brackets. I'm going to use those points, 4.6, and again 4.6, 5.3. If it is with spreadsheet, it would be easier, but it's okay. Without spreadsheet also, we can do it. 5.6, 5.9, 6.2, 6.3. So I have entered all these values. I hope they all are correct. List number 2, list number 2, 6.3. So I have entered all the values, 6.3, 6.2, 7.3, 7.5, 8.2, and the last value is 8.5. This is my list number 2. So for now, if you want to have the scatter diagram for this data, what you have to do, First, we need to plot these points. So there are two methods. One is you just create, uh, like when you enter a coordinate, what do you do? Let's say 2 comma 3. Okay, this is one way. You enter one by one. But if you just type list one, okay, in the same manner, list one, comma, list two, if my spellings are not wrong, yeah, yes, list two, look. So you just use the same thing, list one, comma, list two, and you will get all the points plotted as a scatter diagram. You can see here. So this is our scatter diagram, fine. And now we can also think about its best fit line if we want. Now for best fit line, you just need to use one particular command which says fit line, F-I-T, fit line, okay, L-I-N-E, fit line. Now fit line list of points. You have L1, that list, okay, look, so you get your fit line. So based on that, of course, you will need the mean values because it is important for you. Don't forget to put the mean value of the first list and from the second list. So I'm going to use MEAN mean, okay, and list one, comma, mean of list two. Okay, so it should be on that line. So we can change color of this particular point so that it's visible. So I'm going to change color. Let's put it in red. Yes. So I think our best fit line is correct because the mean of x and mean of y values are lying on the line. Now, based on this scatter plot, let me rewind first what we did. So I just used this data, created two lists, list number one, list number two, and then like as we enter coordinates x comma y, so the values of list one are x values and values from list number two are y values for my scatter plot. So look, you can use like that, but it's actually sometimes we make mistakes, so it's always good you create lists, list one, list two. So that's how you get your scatter plot. And then for, let me do it again, for best fit line, if I delete this, what do you have to do? Fit line, F-I-T-L-I-N-E, fit line, sorry, fit line. Okay, fit line, and then you please enter your scatter plot list, L1. So you get your fit line, and you can figure out what is the gradient of that line, what is the y-intercept, plus we already plotted the mean values, mean of x and mean of y, and it still lies on that. So you can check your best fit line is there. Okay, if you want to see the points, okay, see, you can click and go to settings. You can change name and value. I hope you can see. No, yeah, it's fine. So please use these tips and maybe demonstrate to your students, or students can also learn through this video. Thank you.